Here's my flip through of the Hobonichi weekly notebook. And this is a weekly layout in A6 format that is very different from the weeks, the slim volume that you might be more familiar with. This is a nice little thin volume. It uses the Tomoe River paper. And so now it's the new Tomoe River paper. And it's a vertical weekly layout that I really like. The point of my use of this is not just to do my schedule, but to do it in a way that gives me perspective on what I've really committed to and what that effect will be on my life. What I'm hoping to gain from the exercise of using this notebook is life balance. Isn't that great? So let's see how I did. So last year, I would put in my schedule from calendars in color-coded. Blue is business, green is music, pink is fun, gray is generally rest. And then I would put priority tasks in the three little checkbox on the top. And mostly I was doing that because it's fun to fill out a little checkbox, frankly. And then you can see that I've attached a weight to each day. And that is my way of saying, this day will be a lot for me to take on in my body. This will be almost as much. And this was a pretty heavy week. Look at that. So of course I needed to block out this time over here. And I was hoping that it would be a much lighter weight of day for me. I was pretty consistent throughout the year in doing this. However, as we go throughout the year, we see that it becomes simpler and simpler. And I have a cold. So those are amoeba days. An amoeba day is when I'm crawling around, oozing around my apartment, just trying to exist, but basically resting a lot. Yeah, towards the end of the year, who even knows what was going on in my life? So that was how I used it in 2024. 2025, I have chosen this really fun little three-dimensional sticker from Inky Converters. It is really fun for me to just press on that every time I open this to use it. I have a slightly different approach to basically the same use for it this year. So here's what I'm trying out this time. We start in, and I've still got the same kind of color coding going, but I am not really adhering to exactly what time of day it is based on this little scale. It's just, I need to know this will be a work day. This is a weekend. I'm still using the amoeba to say, rest, please. And I'm still using weights to let me know what effect my commitments will have on me. The big difference is what I'm doing in this task bar up here is that I'm not really putting my priority tasks there. I'm trying to have it be more of a guide of how I should approach the day. So this one just says, be present and enjoy your workflow. On this Monday, I wanted to put business first, but make sure I had plenty of rest breaks. And then the big priority, the focal point of January 25th was, of course, pens. There was a pen meetup in my area, and so I made it so that was the main thing that I did. And then I definitely rested the rest of the day so that I could enjoy myself also on Sunday. But it turns out, look at all this pink stuff. I had more stuff scheduled on Sunday. And so that's why I'm suspicious that my amoeba day is not actually really an amoeba day. It might be more of a work day. Now, this is this week. And so today I needed to be slow and kind to myself this morning. There we go. Slow and kind. I want to make sure that I really do rest this weekend. And what I'm writing here is just my thoughts on Mondays of how I want to approach the week. And so I'm hoping that this simpler way will let me enjoy the format of this notebook, certainly enjoy writing in it with all my different pens and pencils. But also, I hope to really gain that high-level perspective to let me know, do I need to drop something this week? Do I need to postpone something? Do I need to simplify it? Am I really giving myself the balanced life that I would like? Finally, you get to see what it looks like without all my stuff. It's pretty open to interpretation what you can do with this one, and I'm using it for perspective. I can certainly see if I decide to stop doing that, where I could use this for some artwork of like a theme of the day. I could draw birds in here. This type of layout really gives me ideas just because it looks so fun to work with. I hope you've enjoyed this flip through, and I will see you next time.